Several years back, we got Rise of the Planet of the Apes, the first installment in this new Planet of the Apes trilogy, which I think is one of the best trilogies ever made, one of the most consistent. I think all three movies are great. There's not one of them that stands out to me as being weaker than the other films. I think Rise of the Planet of the Apes was a great kickoff to this trilogy. And think about the state of the franchise at the time as well. Before Rise of the Planet of the Apes came out, the last movie we got was Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes in 2001, which wasn't received well by anyone. And then before that, you had the original five movies, which started off, of course, very strong, but got weaker as they went on. Rise of the Planet of the Apes really rejuvenated the franchise, got people talking about Planet of the Apes again when they weren't before the movie came out for a long time. I think Rise of the Planet of the Apes features a fantastic motion capture performance from Andy Serkis. Story here is really well told about this ape who grows up with this human who's a good person, but then he goes into this facility. He sees other apes being mistreated by these terrible people, and so that leads to him starting a uprising against the humans. He leads all these apes to escape from captivity and go out into the forest, and then we see that there's an pandemic. It's just about to start. This ape flu, as we see in later films, was devastating for humanity. I think the movie looks really good. The performances are all good. The movie features really good music. I think that James Franco gives a good performance in this movie as Will, the guy who in some ways is responsible for the ape flu. Not directly, but in a way he's like indirectly responsible for the ape flu. But we see in the movie he's a legitimately good person who doesn't have any nefarious motives. He's not greedy, he's not corrupt, he's genuinely a good guy with good intentions. Unfortunately, his work ultimately ends up being devastating for humanity. And I think that the third act of this movie is really well done. Seeing the apes break out of confinement, the scene at the Golden Gate Bridge is really good. I like the final goodbye between Will and Caesar. It's very powerful. So wow, this was a great movie and great kickoff to one of the best trilogies.